I'd like to introduce Hawaiian recruit wide receiver Riley Wilson. What's going on, Riley?
How's it going?
We are good, my friend. How are you doing, my friend?
Man, I just had my 14-day quarantine. I'm living in paradise. I can't complain right now.
Living in paradise?
Oh, absolutely. Come on now.
How are you feeling? How are you and your family doing right now with this pandemic?
I mean, first off, it was kind of, we're from Texas, kind of just thought you could kill the virus with our guns, but as you can see now, it's getting a lot more serious, so kind of had to strap things down and definitely wearing a mask when you go out 100% now.
Is that what you're doing? I would have never thought, Riley, that we would be going out to restaurants and walking into restaurants. We have to wear a mask. We have to walk all the way to our table and sit down and wait until the waitress comes to us before we can take our mask off. Did you ever think that we would be dealing with this right now?
No. Times have changed, and it's a different adaptation, I'll tell you that. Never I think I ever have to wear a mask when I go out. It's like losing your identity or your ID. Like, I'll be walking outside my apartment, and I'm like, oh, gosh, I got to go get my mask.
Well, or you'd be saying you have to get your dancing shoes, right? I mean, you got to get your mask and your dancing shoes. So when you walk out of your apartment, you can do your dance and say, well, I got a mask. I got a mask. I got a mask. Anyways.
He's in Hawaii. He might not need shoes.
Well, that's true. And by the way, my partner over here, he's representing Hawaii, and the way they wear their crazy
leis and necklaces.
Leis. So he is wearing these leis for you, my friend.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you. When you
watch the video feed after, you'll see.
When you watch the video feed, you'll see him wearing leis. I mean, I don't understand why this kid is sitting right next to me. I was getting ready for the interview, and then all of a sudden I look beside me, and he says, "Look what I'm wearing," and he's wearing leis, man. And I said, "What the hell are you wearing leis for?"
I wish I had more of them. There's more at my house in Connecticut.
Come on, you gotta adapt to the culture now. Come on now.
What culture, man? I mean,
I'm loving it.
Right
I'm
now,
loving it.
right now.
Thank you.
Listen, Riley, I am here in New York, in Long Island, in this sweat box of a place, okay? It's humid. I feel like I'm in a sauna. And then I'm sitting here in the studios with all these green screen lights paling on me, and I can't put an air conditioning on because we don't want it to catch in our sound for our studio and everything like that. So I'm sitting here in a sweat box talking to you. So I hope you're happy, my friend.
I think you'd be jealous of where I am. I'm not gonna lie.
You're in Hawaii, man. I mean, aloha. I mean, seriously.
Aloha.
Yes. Do you use that term?
I mean, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm adapting to the culture change 100%. It's a lot different than Texas, but I do have aloha down. I do have that down.
You seem like you do. You definitely seem like you have a personality. So why don't we get into some football conversation, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your high school career and what made you decide to go to Hawaii. Out of all the different teams that were recruiting you, you picked Hawaii. Why did you pick Hawaii?
Well, I got recruited by a lot of different schools, but the reason I chose Hawaii was just solely because of Coach Graham. I mean, he's a family-based program, and he's going to build this football team off a foundation of brotherhood and respect, and, that's how my high school team was. So whenever I was getting recruited, I was like, for myself, could I spend 4 years, 8 hours away from home? What kind of coach do I want? And Coach Graham is the perfect image of the coach I want. Someone who's going to push me on and off the field academically and set me up ultimately whenever I have to put the football down and get ready for the real world.
Riley, I could have pushed you. I could be your coach, all right? I don't have a team right now that I'm coaching, but I can have a playground team. You can join my team. I could push you. You'd be right in the NFL right now. If you were on my team, I would push you to the limit that you'd be sweating your you-know-whats off, and before you know it, you'd be drafted by the New York Jets because we need a wide receiver. How's that sound?
Oh, gosh, the Jets?
The Jets. I'm a Jets fan, man. You're talking to Long Island, man. We're in Strong Island. Now you're hating on the Jets?
Come on. I know you're going to hate this. But I got to stick with my Cowboys now.
Oh my God! First of all, the Jets have nothing to do with the Cowboys. They have nothing. That's the Giants.
They beat the Cowboys this year.
They did. They did beat the Cowboys.
I know your boy Jamal Adam likes the Cowboys.
Yeah, well, let him go, baby. Let him go.
All right. Now that we know you're a Cowboys fan, I have to ask this. All right. So, my host over here is one of the few supporters of Jason Garrett in the world.
Love him.
And he also is one of the few slanderers of the Mike McCarthy hire of him coming to the Cowboys. Not because Mike McCarthy's a bad coach, just because of the fit. So, what are your thoughts to both of those, and do you agree with him?
I mean, I will definitely agree with him that, actually, no. I did not like Jason Garrett. What am I saying? No. Absolutely.
Well, hold on, Riley.
He's gone. I am very glad to say he's gone.
Well, hold on. You're glad that he's gone, but if you look at their offensive numbers in the last 4 or 5 years, they haven't had offensive numbers like this. I don't even remember the last time they had offensive numbers like this. Go look at their numbers. Go look at Dak Prescott. You have a backup quarterback playing at the starting position.
I would also have to say that had to do with the type of players we had. I don't really think Coach Garrett was the one that was pushing them. I think the Dak and Ezekiel and Amari Cooper was really the leader of the offense. I think they were the ones calling the plays.
You know what the leader of the Cowboys was my underwear, okay? That was the leader of the Cowboys, okay? You put my underwear on a stick and you wave it up as a flag and then they start playing, okay? That's why.
We'll see what happens this year. No.
Oh, you will. You'll see my underwear hanging from the pole. And you'll say, "Oh, I interviewed with that guy. I know that underwear." Anyways, as you guys know, we are talking to Hawaiian football wide receiver recruit Riley Wilson. Now, Riley, when you look at your high school career and now you're moving on to college and you see the speed of the game and everybody talks about the NFL, how fast the game is from college football, what are your thoughts to the different type of game that you're going to be playing from college football, from high school football, and where do you see yourself moving forward from college to the NFL?
I mean, the biggest transition from high school to college is you pretty much hit yourself. It's a lot tempo-based. It's a lot more the people who stand out are the playmakers, you know. And the guys who are going to get the ball, the guys who are going to go to the next league, are not going to take it. They're going to take the game more selfish way because they got to get their money. But for me, putting down for college football, ultimately, I'd love to go to the NFL. I'd love to be the next Adam Theilen. I mean, that's my dream. And
you're going to play for the Jets, right? And you're going to play for the Jets.
I'll go wherever I'm wanted.
There you go. That's what I want to hear, my friend. That's what I want to hear.
Maybe he'll be drafted by the Vikings and play with Adam Theilen.
Go ahead, Riley. I'm sorry to bother you.
But, yeah, I'm ultimately going to go wherever I'm wanted, and that's why I'm here in Hawaii.
So you were talking about the high school football, and you were talking about how you were from Texas. And Texas high school football is thought of as a second nature professional sport to them a lot of the time. Oh. They think of it more than the NBA and the MLB a lot of the time. The way the stadiums sell out, they play in these big stadiums.
Yeah.
So is it everything that someone that isn't from Texas thought of? And what were some of your experiences with that?
It is the holy grail of Texas. Let me tell you that. There's nothing like Texas high school football. It's like you said, it's its own professional sport. I mean, once you look in the NFL and you see, they grew up in Texas. I mean, those type of players stand out the most. You won't find any. They're a different breed of people.
Now, I'm a different breed of people. I'm from Long Island, and Long Island football, it might not be Texas football, but it's great football, my friend. I just want to let you know that Friday Night Light type of thing over here in Long Island is just as big over here as it is in Texas, my friend. So stop putting down. I know your Texas love is over there, but you have to give some. You got to give New York love here, man. You got to give it.
I'll have to see it myself and compare. I'll have to see it myself.
Well, when you get drafted by the Giants or the Jets.
I don't know if there's anything that can beat Texas high school football. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, when you get drafted by the Giants and Jets, we'll talk. How's that sound?
Yeah, you know what? That sounds awesome to me. I love those.
We are talking to Hawaiian football wide receiver and recruit Riley Wilson. Now, Riley, when I look at players and wide receivers in the NFL, we look at guys with speed and great hands. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care how athletic you are. I care about your speed and your ability to catch the ball. When you look at your style of game and the way you play the game, what is your strengths and what is your weaknesses?
I would definitely say my strengths is my competitive nature. Me going up and getting the ball no matter what who's on me. I mean, when I play the game of football, I play with heart and passion, and ultimately I'm going to destroy whoever wants to compete against me. That's my mindset, and that's what's got me here so far, and that's what's going to get me to the NFL. So I have no doubt in my mind who I'm going against because my ultimately mindset is that I'm going to beat them no matter what.
You were talking
now,
about.
I'd say my weaknesses is probably, so I run a 4.62, which for college, you're a football guy.
Yep.
That's considered average. So definitely me and working with my strength trainer here, that's my goal is just to get my 40 down and just get that lateral speed back in my body.
Well, speed has a lot to do with the NFL, and if you want to, if you want to get into the draft and you want to be looked at as a real profiled recruit or prospect, you definitely need to work on your speed. But again,
yes,
if you have good hands and you can run good routes, you're definitely going to be looked at maybe in the 6th or 5th or 4th round. And like you said, Adam Theilen was never drafted. Okay, so you're talking about one of the best wide receivers in the NFL right now. That was a special teams guy when he went to Minnesota. He was drafted. I mean, he was brought in by Minnesota because he's from Minnesota. He was a hometown kid and really developed his skills more and more as he moved forward as an NFL player.
And he was a Division II football player.
Yep.
So that's
he was a Division II. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he took that adversity face on, and he pretty much showed why you don't really need speed. Your hands can pretty much do the rest.
Well,
route running.
Well, are you a dancer or are you not a dancer?
I mean, I consider myself to be a dancer. I mean, I don't know if I'm good, but I'm going to bust down some moves.
Well, do you know how to Dougie?
Do I know how to Dougie?
Do you know how to Dougie?
I don't know if it's pretty, but I got some good hips.
All right,
so
if there is a season this year, okay, and your first touchdown,
you want me to Dougie?
I want your first touchdown dance to be a Dougie, okay? And then I want you to point. I want you to point out.
I got you. No, seriously, I got you. I'll do the Dougie.
Remember this now, man. I want to see the Dougie because if you score a touchdown, I'm gonna watch every single Hawaii game this year. If there is a season this year, and if Riley Wilson scores a touchdown, I better see a Dougie.
You'll see a Dougie. You'll see me bust down the best Dougie ever.
All right.
So I'm going to start practicing. I'm going to, right after this call, I'm just going to look in the mirror and start Dougieing to make sure I got it down.
Well, just make sure you post it on social media so we can post it.
So we were just talking about Adam Theilen and the versatility now that you need to be a wide receiver in today's NFL. You have to be able to line up slot, outside, a lot of different formations, a lot of different setups, even receivers in the backfield. So do you think this is a trend that will continue, and have you had experiences already at the high school level, maybe lining up in different places? And if so, what is the importance of everything and some of the differences with each type of setup?
I mean, definitely, as you see the progression of football and the different type of formation, the different perspective offensive coordinators have, I think the game's going to adapt just solely on the athletes that and the personnel that the teams have. So I think it's going to change throughout the years, and ultimately, it's just going to matter of the type of people you have and the type of strengths and weaknesses they have, and that's going to be the type of formations that offense is going to run.